G'day guys, welcome to the video. My name's Aaron and today I will be doing 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing followed by an ice bath in my homemade chest freezer ice tank. As I demonstrate the Wim Hof breathing technique today, I will give you some of the science as to what's going on a biomechanical level with our respiratory physiology and also some of the basic neurochemistry science as I understand it. But the simple reason I keep doing the Wim Hof breathing technique almost every day is it gives me an elevation in energy, in mood. I feel calmer after doing it, so it just makes me feel good. So let's get into it. This is my chest freezer setup. The brand is Haya. It's 519 liters. I've had it here for 3 years. It cost me around $700 or something like that delivered. I bought it from appliancesdirect.com.au, a website like that. I basically just filled it up with water, turned it on at the power point, let it run for a couple of days until it froze over. Then I put it on a cheap timer up on the power point there, and I run it for anywhere from 1 to 2 hours a day, depending on whether it's summer or winter. That affects the temperature slightly outside. So just having a look, basically I open it, it'll be frozen over. So I need an object to break it up. And then I just smash up the top of the ice to get to the water underneath. This is the timer that I use to run the freezer for 1 to 2 hours a day, depending on the season. So it's just a cheap device from the local hardware store. It cost me just a couple of bucks. A few people have asked me about what I did to the chest freezer when I got it, and the answer is nothing. All I did was fill it with water and plug it in. So I did absolutely nothing to seal it. It was already sealed when I bought it. All that I do is every now and then, there is a plug down here that you can undo and empty the water. Because it's kept at really freezing temperatures, like 5 degrees Celsius, because it's so icy, bacteria can't really survive in there. So the water stays really clean for ages. So you only really have to change it every 3 months if you use it like once a week. Ice bath frequency. There really is no set prescription. When I got this ice tank, I was in it every day for the first month just because it was a novelty. It made me feel so good and it was new. Then it dropped back to once a week, which I think is a good frequency for me. The reason I love it so much is I do a lot of jiu-jitsu, so I get a bit of inflammation in my fingers and my joints. That swelling disappears and you get relief on an inflammatory level. But the best benefit by far is for the noggin. It makes you feel good. It gives you a bit of a reset. So for stress, it's excellent. You get a little bit of an adrenaline spike. You have to focus, you get some mental clarity. So really, if I'm honest, that's why I love it so much, because it makes you feel so good. To prepare myself to get into the ice tank, I like to do 3 rounds of the Wim Hof breathing technique. I feel like it prepares the body and the mind for the experience of the ice to come. When it comes time to getting in to the ice, don't overthink it. Just get in, your body will know what to do. If you do hesitate, that's okay, take your time and then just get in, but your body will know what to do. So just trust it and go with it. The Wim Hof breathing technique in a nutshell is a full inhale. Breathe it deep, either in through your nose, in through your mouth, it doesn't matter, deep down into your belly. And then just let it go. So with the exhale, we're just letting it go. We're not forcing the extra air out of our lungs. It's just a simple release. We do this 30 times, 30 breaths. Then on the final exhale, we do a breath hold. We just hold our breath for as long as we can. We do this for 3 rounds, laying down. So let's go. The Wim Hof breathing technique and ice exposure has been well studied.
there are three main features worth understanding. Firstly, in terms of biomechanics, we're voluntarily controlling the breath in a safe hyperventilation by forcing air into the lower parts of the lungs using our diaphragm, ribs, chest, and neck muscles. Secondly, in terms of our respiratory physiology, the deep power breaths with shorter releasing out breaths causes our respiratory system to dump off carbon dioxide, CO2. By decreasing the amount of CO2 in our blood, we increase our blood alkalinity. In other words, our pH goes up. Given many inflammatory conditions are linked to low blood pH, there's scope to help those with ongoing practice, which can lead to longer-term adaptations. An alkaline pH has also been shown to inhibit pain receptors, which also regulates temperature and explains why the technique assists to endure the ice bath. Thirdly, we see an effect on our neurophysiology through a switch between the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system and the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system, which brings about significant balance of the autonomic nervous system, which regulates most of our vital functions in daily life. During the breath work, the brain releases a number of happy hormones, including serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and noradrenaline, which is why you tend to feel so uplifted and yet so relaxed and happy after doing the breathing.
It is quite normal when doing the Wim Hof breathing technique to experience some lightheadedness or some dizziness. That's why I like to lay down when I do it. It's also common to get some cramping in the forearms, particularly when you're first starting the technique. That passes away, so don't worry if that happens to you. That does go. You can slow down your breathing. Don't force anything with the breath holds. There's no need to push yourself too hard. Just go to your own level to what you feel comfortable with. So this part's never easy. Don't overthink it. Just get in. And breathe.
I always find the initial shock of the cold water difficult in the beginning, so I try to focus on my breathing and relaxing as much as I can, knowing that it takes me somewhere from 30 to 60 seconds for my body to switch from that fight and flight mode into a state of relaxation. And once that happens, I feel blissful and happy and relaxed, and I can stay in for quite a few minutes.
Oh. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, it can make me feel emotional some days. I almost feel like crying today for some reason. Oh, I feel happy though. Like, I think they're tears of joy. Oh. 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 So you can get strange reactions. I've had friends in here and they've been crying or laughing, or they've just found intense bliss or intense peace. It's different for everyone. It's different each time. It's just trusting that your body knows what to do despite the adversity, and maintaining that focus. We can regulate our temperature. We stay calm despite the cold. You see this chunks of ice. And just stay in for as long as you're comfortable. You can put a timer on. If you're just starting out, aim for 60 seconds, then build on that. Each week, try to get to 2 minutes, then 3 minutes. For me, I've built up to 10 minutes and that's about it. Like I say, you should always have a buddy just for safety. If you don't have a buddy, then just be careful. Don't push it too hard. What I like to try and do is you'll find your fingers or your toes, the extremities, you might get some pain there. So with my mind, I try to send heat to those parts of the body, and you'll be surprised how effective that is. And when you're ready to hop out, I suggest just moving around to get the blood flowing again. So let's go do that. Get warm, move around when you get out, and allow yourself a little bit of time to recover. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe for more awesome content on its way to you in the next video. See you later.